Well met and welcome. Today I wanted to make a video about this year's trip to the Texas Renaissance Festival that I took with my friends. I really hope this video isn't too redundant because I went and made a vlog about it last year and I went on the same themed weekend and the weather was pretty much the same. What really differentiates the experience this year was that I stayed on grounds at the cabins at TRF, and I want to talk about that experience a lot in this video because it was brand new to me. The Texas Renaissance Festival is the largest Renaissance festival in the United States. It is 55 acres of park and also boasts 500,000 attendees every season, which feels very corny and commercially to say in a vlog, but I think it's cool information to have to give you context of what the festival is like. Also, I'm gonna lose the hat because this is jingling at me and it's irritating. We attended the Friday and Saturday of TRF's only 3-day weekend, which is right after Thanksgiving and their final weekend as well. I would highly recommend going that Friday just because the crowd management was so much less dense that we really got a good experience at the attractions. Like we never had to wait in line for food or anything. It was kind of nice. We spent Friday dressed as pirates, and this is my own little silly aside, but it was so hard to act like a pirate and not have like soft, delicate fairy hands. But also, dressing as a pirate granted us the opportunity to sample meads and rums and settle down in a tavern, which you can't exactly do with wings on or when children are approaching you excited about your costume. This was my third time going to Texas Renaissance Festival, and I made it a real priority this time to attend the Joust because the Joust is hosted in this huge, incredible coliseum and has incredible like stunt work and production value, and I'd never seen it before, so absolutely worth it. There were 4 jousts a day and they all strung together into one cohesive storyline, and most of them kind of ended on a cliffhanger, so like, ooh, come back to the next show and find out what happens next. And it was really great. It was hosted by the princesses. Huge shout out Sybil Von Cleves. Sybil Von Cleves. We sat in her section. I think it was really fun sitting in the same section because we got noticed by the knight. We got banners to root for him. They told me if I bought, yeah, thanks. They told me if I bought a banner that I get to come back and pet the horse. So we're gonna pet the horse. We get to pet the horse after the joust.
Rin, what kind of horse is it?
Halflinger, right?
He's grumpy.
I got to put the knight's favor on his lance for the last joust of the day, and I was like, hey, that's because I've been to all the other ones. Thanks for noticing my enthusiasm.
Real tight, yeah. Yeah, you don't want it to slide down. Whoa! Let's see if she knows how to tie a knot. Yeah. Okay, let's go!
Woo! Texas Renaissance Festival absolutely excels at food. I am usually like a granola bar in my purse type person where I think, well, I'll just eat this so I don't have to spend festival food money. Or if an event has like a lot of fried food that all just kind of tastes samey, it's not really a priority for me to buy food there. Like this, you know the saying everything is bigger in Texas absolutely applies to their food entree sizes. I bought a funnel cake and it was the size of a medium pizza. the really impressive thing to me is the sheer variety of food offerings. Different parts of the festival have exclusive offerings that you can't get anywhere else. The festival, like the little German area, didn't just have schnitzel, it had different kinds of schnitzel. Huge shout out to the schnitzel, it was delicious. I tried to go back for more later and it was closed because towards the end of the night, they kind of have the shops in the back or the restaurants in the back closed to corral the crowd towards the easy to leave routes, which is good theme park design and makes a lot of sense. But man, I could have gone for more schnitzel. But yeah, I never had to wait in line beyond like 1 or 2 people, and that might also be because of the non-peak hours going on a Friday, but it was really, really phenomenal food. My other favorite thing that I ate this weekend was the crab cakes. They were better than the last time I ordered crab cakes at a restaurant, honestly. They're so good. Oh, and different flavors of turkey leg. Like every Renaissance festival has turkey legs, but TRF has turkey legs, bourbon molasses turkey legs, or honey roasted turkey legs. And that was an absolute novelty. So this time we sprung for a turkey leg. Yeah, turkey leg. The grounds of Texas Renaissance Festival are so beautiful, and it is incredible to come back year after year and literally see what is new, what is improved, what is maintained, what is. This year they had this entirely new pirate pub area, a 2-level pub with stages and grounds and palm trees put in, like an entirely brand new area this year, which is so impressive. I think it replaced an area that was like a little Royal Mint historical demo areas. I will say Texas Renaissance Festival does not really prioritize educational historical opportunities. Like this sounds bad. Nobody's gonna try to teach you anything there except for maybe artists at a booth who want to share their craft and show you what they are passionate about and teach you about that. There is not really a big interactive historical aspect here. It is more about the party aspect, celebrating a festival, fun theme park, and that's really fun. So it's not a bad thing or a good thing. It's just different festivals having different priorities, and something that I've noticed coming back to this one. One detail that I beg you to notice and appreciate if you attend is the sheer amount of stained glass. Almost every shop has a stained glass window or a stained glass decoration. Queen Titania, the ruler of the fairies, her throne is this incredible creamy opal stained glass confection that she sits on, and it mind-blowingly beautiful. I should just have a stained glass compilation or something. They're beautiful. We went and saw a show here, and it's so amazing that they have shade over where you sit, but holy that was on the stage the whole time. The cozy, rainy ambiance is impeccable. Something that I thought about and daydreamed about for months and months and months before actually getting to experience it, and it lived up to the daydream. It was just as beautiful a festival day as I thought it would be. As the day winds down and we watched the fireworks show and the last huzzah and left the park, we went back to the campsite. And I think one thing that was a really good thing about staying on site was we came in a group of 6, and some of us were too tired and wanted to leave early, and some of us wanted to stay and tell Canon, and being on site, we got to do that. Even though we all showed up together, like, we got to split up. Huge bonus. All right, we heard crazy stuff about the TRF camping, like the bonfire and after hours and all of that. And we went to the campfire, and probably because it was cold, it was raining, it was that Friday, where it's like the only weekday that the fair was open. It was a completely regular campfire. No one was crazy. No one was even being loud. There were some food trucks. There were some, like friend groups huddled up having their own conversations around a bonfire. It was totally regular. Probably just due to the time that I went, because on Saturday night we did hear like the music coming from it, but I didn't go back then because I was really, really eager to change out of my costume and stuff. So, camping. Coming all the way hundreds of miles away. I wasn't sure, and also going at the end of November. And also I have never camped at a Renaissance festival before. I wasn't sure if camping was the move for me, but when I learned that Texas Renaissance Festival had cabins you could rent, I thought that sounded amazing. Convinced my friends to go in on it together. We booked the large cabin. Here is the floor plan of the cabin as it is listed online. We reserved the Queen's Quarters, and for 6 people, we got the reservation email with guidelines on camp rules and stuff. We planned our trip. There was a little bit of confusing wording where some places it said linens were included and some places it said they weren't. Everybody brought their own bedding anyways, just in case, and I'm glad we did because the bedding situation was interesting. Check-in was at 8 a.m. and Cannon to begin the festival day was at 9, so we were in a huge rush to unload the car, change into our costumes, and get going for the day. But here's basically what the little alley of cabins looked like.
Queen's quarters right here.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, to properly assess the pros and cons of camping, it gets kind of messy comparing camping in one of the TRF cabins to camping in a tent to staying at a hotel. There's a lot of variables in play. The list of pros, as I wrote it up, is pros, we got to festival much earlier in the day because it's out in the middle of nowhere and none of the hotels are really that close by. Another pro is that we got to stay together in a group of 6 people, which would have taken up 2 hotel rooms at most hotels that have a room occupancy or a bed occupancy. Our one pro to staying on site is that there are after hours activities and parties. There's a separate ticketed event for every themed weekend that is available if that's something you're interested in. I didn't pursue that, but it's a feature offered. And then to compare it, I guess, to a pro to staying in a tent is we didn't get rained on because at least we had a roof over our heads. And the last pro is really super obvious. I love to be at Renaissance festivals and I love to be at Renfest. The cons or the negative aspects about staying in a cabin at TRF are a little messier. First of all, is the cost involved compared to camping in a tent is huge for what this cabin is, really. It is $250 a night with a minimum 2-night stay. We shared that among a friend group. It is also an additional $25 per person to get onto the campgrounds. It is also, obviously, you have to have a festival ticket purchased in advance to stay at the campground or enter it. Also, it costs $5 for a 5-minute shower token, whereas at a hotel, you would just have a shower. Also, there is a shuttle that runs from the campgrounds to the festival, and the cabins are the absolute farthest edge away from the actual festival front gate. But as you can see on the map, it's close to the gate to enter and exit the campgrounds. It's close to the showers. It is so far away from front gate. The shuttle costs also $5 per person, which I will admit kind of peeved me because it didn't say in the reservation stuff. It said there was a shuttle. It didn't say there was a per person cost. It is folded up and beat up now, but I saved the program from the campsite and it has this informational page about the shuttle. Let our feet do the walking. Come on, jump on. Why walk to the kingdom when you can ride? Whether you're spending the night in the campground or you're parked and want a little VIP service to or from our front gate, let our feet do the walking while you ride in style. Choose between our VIP pedicabs or take advantage of the Parking Dragon shuttle service. Either way, we'll deliver you where you'd like to go with merriment and comfort. Be a peasant no more. Use our Parking Dragon shuttles to pick you up and get you where you need to be. Shuttles run every 15 minutes continuously. There is no price mentioned, and I feel like it should be. Just for reference, looking back, everything else in this program had prices listed where they were relevant. Another con to staying in the cabins was we booked for 6 people, and they gave us beds for 5. We had to work that one out together. When we checked into the cabin, we found inside 1 full-size bed with bedding and 3 blank cots. And we were eager to start the fair day, so we were like, let's deal with this later. It took up a lot more packing space in the cars to bring gear to stay that we wouldn't necessarily have had to bring if we were at a hotel. Another con of staying in a cabin, or really this is a con of just camping in general. 6 people, we all shared 1 mirror, 1 porta potty, and there was no sink. The no sink one kind of grosses me out. I'm pretty much putting together all these detailed strings of thoughts because it's information that I was looking for or hoping to find leading up to this trip. Another con, which maybe we should have communicated about this, but the heater in our cabin didn't work. And that's probably a problem that is only relevant the final weekend because that's probably the only time Texas Renfest actually gets like cold enough to need a heater. But it didn't work. And it was cold, but also we had 2 full days of festival and we didn't want to spend time at the camp office essentially or making a complaint. So we just kind of dealt with it was cold.
If you set a temperature on it, there's an LED on there that changes.
So, but is it blowing any air?
No, it's not doing anything. I don't even know if it was doing anything.
To be fair, that could be.
I feel like for the additional cost of staying in a cabin versus tent camping, maybe a few more amenities or perks could be provided would be nice because it was a glorified garden shed that didn't have heat, but it rained and rained and rained Friday night. So I was really grateful to have the roof over my head. I'm not saying all this to be disparaging or say it's a bad campsite. I'm saying this to remark, I don't know if I would choose it again for next year. The biggest convenience of staying on site was that when part of my group got tired, they could go back to the campsite and I could stay at Renfest until Canon. That's the biggest difference maker to me personally for the group that I traveled with and the time that I had. And I don't know, everybody's traveling in their own unique situations and scenarios.
Wonderful.
All right, I just did so much critiquing that I need to sandwich this back together with more good things about how inspiring and fun and interesting this festival was and how many wonderful activities and things to see and do there were. The quality of performers that they contract, the entertainment, the sights and sounds. Look at these real orchids. I could stand here and look at these orchids and trees all day. I didn't even go all the way through the whole fairy forest this year. This festival's enormous.
Wait, where's the lady with the goose?
lot of shopping. I did a lot of window shopping this time. I didn't do a lot of purchasing just because I was already scrunched on car space, packing multiple costumes and camping gear. There are bathrooms basically around every corner. Every bathroom has an attendant right there taking care of it, and a water fountain, so you are never dehydrated or without water when you need it at this festival. Jinglefoot! The staff all has incredible customer service.
That's so
Everyone
cool.
was so interactive and delightful to spend time with. The entire vibe is just so welcoming and including and inspiring.
The source of all doubloons.
I definitely would recommend going for a whole weekend instead of just one day, because this festival is so big. There is more than you can see in a single day here. The daily parade, almost every festival has a daily parade, and I just always do like attending and watching the daily parade.
I know we're not going this way.
Oh, yeah.
Yay!
Okay, 1 o'clock, Germany.
Princess Emma! We love you! Serrano! Bjorn! Good day! I can't even see you Track record of having a flower thrown at me! The Water Garden is best dressed club of the festival. Everybody here is in a mad cool costume.
Obviously, every opportunity I get, I want to showcase the fairies.
Hello everybody, I am Lyra Snufflecoat. And I am a bit landlocked, but I love swimming. Good day, my name is Appy. It is happy without the hate, but that does not mean I am not happy. Greetings, I am Mop. I am the guardian of all creatures and handmaiden to my Queen Titania.
Ooh.
Java.
And I am Queen Titania and I welcome you all.
It's so incredible having what feels like secret passageways even to get upstairs, or nooks and crannies to explore and see the festival in a whole new perspective, especially after dark.
Oh, fit check at Almost Canon.
On the walk back to the campsite, because you know I didn't take the shuttle again, it was kind of cool walking past clan camping and the organized clans that set up for the entire season and decorate. That's an attraction all on its own, honestly. It was cool to see. I had a phenomenal time at TRF. I can't wait to go again. I love the environment and the ambiance and the world of Newmarket Festival. I got to watch so many more stage shows that I'd never seen this year before. I guess I'll just say I so appreciate you watching my video. If you'd like to support the content I make, the best thing to do is to check out my Ko-fi and consider donating there, or just, you know, like algorithm likes and stuff. Oh, a guy made me a balloon animal and I tied it to my banner and it turned into a worm.
I would still love you if you were a worm.
Wait, here's something so cursed. Buc-ee's at midnight on Thanksgiving night before Black Friday.
Have you ever camped at a Renaissance festival? Would you? Where do you fall on the hotel to cabin to tent camping lineup? Fairies or pirates? Fairies or pirates? That's really all I got for today. Till next time.